sang about a Saturday special. Back then, how the hell could he know about a thing we call skin formation? How you get it on the Stone Roadie show. It's a Saturday night special. It's everything that you need to know. It's a Saturday night special. It's Craig and Kathy on the Stone Roadie show.
It's time for the Saturday Night Special with Craig Reed and Kathy GODSEY.
Looky here, looky here. This is a Stone Roadie show. My name's Craig Reed, a.k.a. the Stone Roadie. And look who I got with me today, the lovely Kathy GODSEY.
Back.
And it's another Saturday Night Special. And it's October the 26th, 2024, and welcome back, Miss GODSEY. And what the heck are we going to talk about?
I just had a real Craig back in. He was getting all upset talking about politics, and I said, "Come on, stop." He was getting himself all worked up, and the F words were flying. Boy, oh boy! I said, "Come on, we have to do a podcast." Yeah, well, yeah, I know it's been about 6 weeks. We were going to do the podcast last week, but you had a reunion to go to. I had a reunion to go to. It was my 45th high school reunion for Cranford High School, Cranford, New Jersey. Yay, New Jersey. And we had about over 60 people. And yep, there I am. That was 1980. I think I was 18 there. I was still 18 there. Yep. With naturally kind of a reddish hair. That was my real hair color. It was like a reddish color when I was younger. That was the day we went to Gene's house in Jacksonville, sitting on the porch with Gene and his daughters. And then after that visit, we went to Alan's house. And everybody knows that story because I've told it around 3 times on the podcast. Yeah. So that was the day that I met Alan with that dorky green Izod terry cloth shirt and Sassoon jeans. Really, really cool. All right. So that was the day. So Craig, you had a reunion last week too. And I hear that, what did you have, about 19, 20 people there?
19, yeah.
Okay. All righty. So we had a live band. We had my favorite band there, Four Flight Rock. I hired them to play. And they did an amazing job, got everybody dancing. We had a buffet, food, 4 hours open bar. It was really, really, really good. We had a great time. So that's what we did last Saturday night. So, and your reunion was on a smaller scale, I guess, right?
Yeah, it was free. Yours was $120. And mine was at a little sportsman's club, yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of my classmates are members of the sportsman club. It's a real nice place, though. We watched the Cleveland lose the World Series, and it was interesting. Yeah, there was only 19 people there.
That's okay. Well,
yeah.
I just found out from you before we started the podcast that the Yankees are in the World Series. I haven't watched any sports. I'm glad that New York is in there, but I have no clue. I don't watch any sports football.
Yeah, I watched the Indians lose. Yeah, they never can keep, they do real good up until the fat lady sings, and then they can't hang.
So wait, who is New York up against? The Yankees versus
the New York and Los Angeles, yeah.
Oh, okay. Go New York. Absolutely. I'll find out. My next door neighbor is a big Yankees fan, but I don't know. I don't watch any of it. So, but I called cousin Figel the other day. I hope he's watching. I hope he's okay. He didn't answer, and I know it was early enough in the day that he should be awake. So, cousin Figel, if you're watching this, I hope you're okay, and I'll try to get you this week. And we have a couple of some questions I have a little fundraiser I want to do for Jean. I'll talk about that. What did you want to talk about before we start? Is there anything that you wanted to talk about other than politics?
No, I don't have anything to talk about, including fat people or politics or
Okay.
parasites or tapeworms or nothing.
Yeah. Well, I know Craig eats that dried fruit and all that, those things like that. And I went to the grocery store the other day and I was looking at those trail mixes, the kind that come in those plastic round, boxes. They're like in the produce department, trail mix, dried nuts, whatever. And I flipped over the bottom of the container that I wanted to buy, and that stuff comes from China, a lot of that stuff. So I'm not buying it. I'm not buying anything
Yeah, mine comes from
food.
Taiwan, from the peanut shop down there. But
Okay.
that's a lot. This is ginger, dried ginger.
Okay.
I guess a lot of ginger comes from Taiwan, anyways.
Yeah.
So I
You really
don't
have to read those labels. I mean, I guess some people don't care. They don't, but I'm not eating food that comes from China. There's no
dried
way.
ginger.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. Yeah, that's
It's
pretty
good,
good.
yeah.
I
It's
like
better
ginger.
raw. It's better for you raw, but
Yeah, I like it when it comes on my meals. So prayers to cousin Figel. And Dave Powell, he wrote when you put out yesterday that we're going to be doing the Saturday night special, he said, I'll be watching. It's always a good show when Kathy joins in. So thanks so much to Dave Powell. And then Tom Stout. Tom Stout had some nice things to say. So if you're going to say nice things about me, I'm going to give you a shout out. And then Cindy Hudson's real sweet. Cindy Hudson's always sending me every day. She sends me these little prayer cards and things. And I don't always thank her, but thank you, Cindy. There's all positive religious little prayers and things that I really believe in. And then Paul Connolly, I didn't forget about you. I was supposed to send him some things a while ago, and you'll be getting a package from me. I'll mail it out probably this week. So hope you didn't give up hope on me, Paul, because I didn't forget about you. And somebody asked me on the last podcast, what did I look like back in the day, back in the Rossington Collins days? Well, there you go, right there. That was when it all happened. Yep, that was my look. So look how cute Gene looked. Gene was young. He was probably in his early 30s there. Yeah, he was cute. And his daughters, Melissa and Christine, oh my God, they're both probably in their 30s now, I guess. Real sweet girls. So we talked about, Craig, two of the things that you were going to do on this podcast where you promised to rap a chord and string a guitar. Now I did send you a message a couple of hours ago and said, don't forget, you're going to rap a chord and string a guitar tonight. And we were prepping this. I said, are you ready to rap a chord and string a guitar? What did you say?
I said I totally forgot. Yeah, totally forgot. And I'm just not prepared to do a guitar string. I'd have to have somebody actually hold a camera on me and actually have somebody here and do it. I'll do it with this. That's what I'll use my new camera that I just got off of Robert. My new camera. I'll use this to do it. And so
It looks like one of those ear thermometers, like an otoscope. You stick, well,
the
from the side,
DJI
it looks like an
2.
otoscope.
It's
That is really
this is
cool.
the
Now
one.
tell me how you
This
use
is the
those
one.
things.
This is
Right.
the one that he sent me to auction off. It's the Pocket 2. This one is, and this is a $400 camera. This has only been out for a year, and it's got a couple extra batteries. It's got a 2-year warranty on it. A couple extra batteries,
Oh,
and that's a wide-angle lens there. And yeah, it's a gimbal. They call that a gimbal here, and
that's
you
cute.
know,
I'll give you $50. All right, I'm going to start. Did
You can
Anybody
bounce
already
around
want
like that, and it'll
I
stay right
know.
on the walk around, and it'll stay real like a professional camera. Yeah, they're a blogging camera. They're real cool.
Now,
This
how do
was
you get it onto your off the camera? Can you do anything
on
with it
the
or?
USB thing down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's
That's
real cool.
cool. That's
Yeah,
really
but
cool.
we're taking bids on this one. Already got a Danny Barron bid $100 on it. Like I said,
Oh,
this is a $400 pocket two.
all right, Danny. 105. My bid is 105.
Most people use their phone, but you know
Yeah.
this one you can set it down on a table and on a tripod, and set it, and you can do a presentation, and then with the gimbal on there, it'll follow you around the room, and you know,
That is cool. That's
yeah,
really good for recording bands and music and live music and stuff. That's
yeah.
really cool. That would work well for me because I'm always using my phone. That would really be cool. All right, I'm at 105. Let's see if somebody outbids me. Probably they will, but that's where I'm going to stop. So we're gonna.
Yeah,
All
it's a
right.
pocket. I don't want to take it out of the box. This is the pocket two. The mine here is a pocket three. It's the newer model. This has got the screen that goes sideways and stuff, and
Okay.
it's a little newer model. But he sent this pocket two, to auction off.
So the funds are going to go towards this to the survivors.
So the survivors, yeah, it's to auction off, and then the funds go to the survivors. And
Has the
yeah,
auction
we're gonna
started yet?
advertise some stuff for Robert Wheatley, and he's got a little store, and he's got cameras and phones and all kinds of stuff he's got. So yeah.
Has the bidding started? I mean, besides the $100 bid,
No,
has anybody else?
Danny just called me today and said he bid $100 on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I just
All
kind of
right.
mentioned it on the last podcast me and Griff did. So, anyways, yeah, the chord. I ain't gonna be able to do a good guitar, but and I can't really do a chord very well. But maybe I'll do an extra version. But it's called a reverse wrap, I guess you call it. You wrap the chord like this, and then you kind of do like this, and you flip it like this on the inside, and you put that loop on the inside of that, and then the next loop you just loop it like that, and it's called a reverse loop or whatever. And then when you undo the cord, you just let loose of it, and it just comes. There's no. That's not supposed to be in there. It
That's
just
how you do
it
it.
just yeah, it just unfolds. That wouldn't have been in there. So, yeah, you loop it that way, and then you loop it this way under here, and then you loop it that way under there, and that. If I don't have that table there, it'll just drop down. See.
Okay. Instead of getting all tangled up, knotted and twisted.
But
So there you
that's a
go. That's wrapping a cord.
reverse loop.
Okay.
Yes.
How many of those did you do? On a
Yeah,
millions,
I
thousands?
you do all the chords like that. I mean, all the chords on the whole stage are wrapped like that. All the PA cables and everything is wrapped like that. All those great big, huge bundles of cables. Everything
Mhm.
is wrapped like that as much as possible. Some of them great big ones are it's impossible to wrap them but to put them away like that. So you do kind of a figure eight kind of thing with them, so they don't get knots on them. But
I see.
yeah, but all the chords get wrapped like that.
Okay. So there you go. Everybody knows. And if you want to watch it, you can just rewind it and watch Craig do it over and over again. And the next one we do, you're going to string a guitar, right? Or maybe you're going to record it or something and you show
Yeah, I have to.
how to
I
do
have
it.
to either have somebody here to have the camera on me, I'll just record it and then put it at the end, probably. Yeah, that's
Okay.
probably what I'll do.
Sounds good. Sounds very good. And you're
Yeah,
just
but
going to do
I
one
posted
string.
it. I posted on Facebook. I posted an illustration of how I do it, exactly how I do it. I can redo that. I can't do it on YouTube. I could. I don't know, but yeah. So it's just called a lock wrap, and I only use about a wrap and a wrap and a half is about all I use around that peg. I don't put a whole bunch of wraps on it. It's about a wrap and a half is all I put on the
For
peg,
each
and then it
string.
just
Okay.
locks on the peg,
Right.
locks itself on the peg.
Well, I'd like to see that. I know you said you could do it in 6 minutes, the whole guitar, so it's like 1 minute per string.
Yeah, but it'd be hard to illustrate so you could see it. I couldn't do it sitting here with that camera. I'd have to put something on me, write down on
Okay.
it. Hard to do. Yeah, it'd be hard to do right here. But yeah.
All right. So I want to talk about what I'm doing as far as trying to help out Gene. I know that Gene's been diagnosed with some medical issues and he's overall having, troubles with, finances and things like that. So I wanted to do something that I could do to try to help him. And I'm going to be doing, we'll do this through Craig, this picture. I'm going to be, I don't have to, like, this is a professionally made copy of the restored picture that Alan signed for me when I was at his home in 1980. The original picture that Alan signed significantly faded over the years. So I had the picture restored and I had a couple of, art quality prints made. This is one of them and I framed it. So I like to do a fundraiser, bidding, whatever, or whatever funds I get will go directly to Gene. If anybody is interested, you can send your bid to Craig at his email address. And we'll give it about 2 weeks. And the highest bidder, I promise you, I'll mail the picture out to you right away. And also, I'm going to throw in a couple of these other pictures. This one here, this is a 5x7 of the one that I took at Alan's house when I was there of him. This one I took also with my camera. And I'll make a 5x7 of this picture of him. This actually is a very interesting picture because this actual photograph I gave to Alan in 1981, this actual picture. There's a story behind this picture. I made a print of each of these pictures and I made a copy of each of them and I handed Alan an envelope with this picture and the other two after the concert. I think it was the Spectrum in Philadelphia when Rossington Collins played. And I know it's mine. I recognize the back of it, the print on the back of it. But about a year or so ago, Mike Caruso, Alan's longtime friend, found the picture in his possession. He doesn't know where it came from. And he wound up mailing it to me. And he says, I don't know where this picture came from. And I said, this is the picture I gave Alan. And it came to him and it came back to me. And I know this is it. There's the Kodak thing on it. So he must have had at some point it must have gotten, misplaced and wound up in Mike's hands and it came back to me. So I will make a 5x7 of this one, but it's just amazing how it actually came back to me. I have it. So that's what I like to do to help out Gene. Anybody's interested, I'm not even going to put a minimum bid. Anybody who would like to help out Gene, make a bid, send it to Craig. After 2 weeks, the highest bidder will get these pictures. And I'd like to just do that to help him a little bit. I love that picture that you have there. That's pretty cool.
It's Halloween.
Halloween backdrop.
Halloween is coming. Yeah.
Halloween, and you and I are going to be doing a Halloween podcast. I don't
Yeah,
know
we
what we're
don't know
doing
when though, huh?
well, we'll do it But let's see, Thursday. Well, Thursday, I probably will be working after school tutoring. Maybe we could do it on Wednesday. Maybe we'll do it on Wednesday. Are you available Wednesday to do a Halloween show and we can air it on Thursday?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Thursday's Halloween then, right?
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
could actually record it on Wednesday and we could show it on Thursday. That sounds good. All
Yeah,
right. So we gotta
yeah.
get costumes, Greg. We gotta get costumes.
I got plenty of costumes.
All right, I'm down for that.
I'll be super roadie.
Yes. You could be the unstoned roadie.
No, that ain't gonna happen.
What about the guys from Wayne's World? You could be one of the guys from Wayne's World. What is it? My amp goes to 11. Is that from Wayne's World?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So anyway, that was the little thing I wanted to do to help out Jean. Those 4 pictures will be sent out. I want to say hi to Cindy Hudson. Oh, I already mentioned her. And Craig, what have you been eating lately, by the way? Have you still been making your soup? You haven't really talked about your soup.
I have, yeah, yeah.
Oh, you have?
That's about it. Yeah, I don't
All
eat
right.
much. I really don't. I'm just amazed at the little bit of food that a person needs to eat. It's just amazing to me. But
Oh my goodness.
I'm not losing any weight, but I drink so much tea and it's got honey in it.
Hmm.
But yeah, I eat a banana about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I have some soup at 6 or 7, and sometimes I have a sandwich like a tuna sandwich or something. But I use one of those great big cans of albacore tuna,
Hmm.
either
Yeah.
bumblebee or chicken of the sea, and I put 4 hard-boiled eggs in it, and so
That sounds really good. So you don't put any mayo in your tuna?
I put mayo in it, yeah, and a tablespoon of mayo and a tablespoon of yellow mustard and about
Oh.
about 3 tablespoons of sweet relish.
See,
and,
that sounds really good. I have all those ingredients in my house. I
and
think I'm going to make that
about
tomorrow.
about 16 slices of purple onion,
Oh,
chopped up, chopped up. It's pretty good. I eat it on rye bread, toasted rye bread.
oh, that
Pretty
sounds
good.
good. You know what? I am so obsessed with onions. You know what I do? I'll take an entire onion, I'll cut it up, I'll put it in a bowl with like maybe a tablespoon of butter, and I'll microwave her for 5 minutes. I love the microwaved onion. It is so good. It's kind of like, when you saute onions in butter to cook them, but I just nuke it with a little bit of butter, and that onion is so good. I love those onions,
I
especially
threw
like the
my
Vidalias.
microwave away about 2 years ago. I use everything I cook in an iron skillet somehow.
I don't use the microwave though often. I really don't. But sometimes to make popcorn, microwave popcorn, which I love to burn. I know these things are not good for you, but I don't cook food in microwaves. It's just basically the popcorn or the onion or something, mostly
I
onion.
threw
But
everything away that's plastic. Everything I
mm,
store, I put in glass, and
yeah,
you know,
that you mentioned the plastic. I really don't understand why. I mean, people are still microwaving food in plastic.
oh
The
yeah.
school where I work, I go down to the cafeteria in the day and I see these kids, they're all special needs kids and they're taking their food. They bring their lunches from home and they're in those cheap plastic containers, which contain
Yeah,
all
a
kinds
lot
of,
of those things are stuff that come from takeout things, and they're not made
yes,
for to
yes.
microwave, and they
Oh
and
my
they melt
God.
and all, and that plastic. I mean, it's yeah. People just
Oh,
I don't know what they don't think.
people, I can't believe it. Or those inexpensive brands of those plastic containers. And these kids are microwaving their foods in those containers, and I can't. It just makes me sick. It makes me sick.
Well, we
What's
kind
wrong
of
with
grew
it?
up with Tupperware. I mean, God, people used to have those Tupperware parties, and then people Teflon pans, and all those pans
Hmm.
would scratch, and you would eat that Teflon coating, and
Oh, my
all that
mother
stuff.
never used Tupperware. My mother never used it. She likes glass. She likes, the glass bake pans, and she never used plastic or Tupperware. Never. And we never had a
My
microwave
mother
growing up
would
either.
buy margarine, and then she'd use the margarine dish as Tupperware.
My mother never bought margarine. She would never buy us Pop Tarts. I used to say, "Could you buy us Pop Tarts some other day?" She wouldn't buy it. She would, I didn't know what macaroni and Kraft macaroni and cheese was until I was 21. My
Oh,
boyfriend
that
used
stuff's gross. It probably didn't used to be too bad, but man, that stuff's gross
oh,
anymore. That macaroni and cheese and stuff.
yeah.
That stuff will kill you.
The first time I saw my boyfriend make it, I said, "That's powdered cheese. You're eating powdered cheese." I mean, and I'm from, my mother's side's of Italian descent. I couldn't believe it. And now it's everything is so processed. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. And the kids today in schools have more disabilities and more severe disabilities. And there's all this stuff in the environment, chemicals and
College
preservatives and
college kids live on Roman noodles, don't they?
oh, ramen. Ew,
Yeah.
that stuff is nasty.
Oh,
That is,
I think college kids live on that stuff.
oh my God. I don't understand it. My children, I mean, I never
There's a
use plastic or I never got my kids those Lunchables. I mean, they used to, I think maybe like once a year I got them those Lunchables, but that was on a special occasion. And those things are loaded with sodium. Oh man.
people
I don't
say
know. I
that
could just, what?
people say they don't have parasites. If you would look at those Roman noodles under a microscope, you would change your mind.
I've seen that. Oh my gosh. You
My
know what I
God,
just
those things are
realized?
full of bugs.
I just realized we're not doing skin formation. This sounds like one of the wake and bake stuff. I'm just amazed. I mean, I see this, I go to the stores and I'm always looking at labels and I mean, I'll only buy spaghetti sauce if it has extra virgin olive oil. Oh, no sugar. I only buy olive oil that comes from Italian olives. I mean, I'm trying, but there's so many things out there to try to tempt you, all these garbage. I'm amazed. I'm amazed at what's out there and what they're giving to us. And I was just telling you before that, I don't eat McDonald's anymore, but a couple of months ago, I had one of those filet of fish sandwiches. I was just craving one, and it is not like the filet of fish sandwich that I had years ago. It is completely
No, they've
different.
changed.
I
Yeah.
mean, it used to be like the bun was really like soft and like steamed, and now it was like a dried out little thing. It seemed smaller. It just completely different. It was like $5. I'm not doing that anymore. But it's I don't know. I don't know. You just have to be careful consumers.
I don't
So
eat
so I want
anywhere
to
but at home anymore. I don't eat anywhere. I don't drink water from restaurants or
mm,
ice or none of that stuff or anything from restaurants. I don't do it.
yeah. Do you
Yeah.
still so you
Don't
don't
need
go to
to.
Arby's anymore for your Jamocha
No,
shakes?
I haven't gotten one of those uh
Oh,
Jamocha shakes. I only got those one after I had a hangover, but I haven't been drinking at all lately.
no?
No, no,
Hmm.
not
Hmm.
lately. I haven't.
Well, that's good. That's good. You don't do that.
I had a couple of Crown Royals at my reception the other night.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, when I do drink, I don't mess around. It's Crown Royal, yeah. But
Yeah, we had open bar at ours, and I wasn't even sure what to have. I don't know, I had a couple of I think Malibu Bay Breezes, but that was it. And
oh,
my friend Carolyn, the one who I want to get on here, she's funny. She says, "I'm not drinking out of a plastic cup." So she went and she had to make some kind of a Cosmo, some kind of a white Cosmo or something, and she had them give her a glass to drink, and she's like, I'm going to drink out of a plastic cup. So
I
she was
tried to
like,
drink a beer the other night instead of whiskey, but all they had was domestic beer. So
oh,
yeah, so I
hmm,
just drank Crown on Ice.
okay, all right. Well, so we talked about the reunions and what we're eating, what we're not eating. That's good to know. Now you have me craving a tuna fish sandwich.
And believe it or not, saw somewhere where actually Walmart you can buy like the best tuna you can buy at Walmart. It's supposed to be actually line caught. It's not caught in nets or nothing. It's actually caught on a line, and it's
Really?
wild caught. Yeah,
What's the
yeah.
brand? Do you know?
I can't remember now.
Okay.
Uh-uh.
I like the chicken of the sea or bumblebee or
Bumblebee, yeah, the
yeah.
solid white, yeah. I heard chicken in the scene was the best, but sometimes I can't get that, so I was getting the bumblebee, and I don't know. They're both okay.
Yeah, there's some. I know sometimes when I get the solid, I not only eat the solid white tuna fish because
Yeah.
the chunk light, it looks like cat food. It's just really oily and fishy. I can't eat chunk light tuna. That to
Well,
me is
they
gross.
say the albacore has more omega-3 in it than the other does. I don't
Oh,
know.
really?
Yeah, they say.
Hmm.
Who they are,
Well,
I don't know, but that's what they say. Has more omega-3 in it.
and I only like the tuna with the water. I don't get anything with
Oh yeah,
oil.
yeah, water.
Ugh. It's just I used to eat the light tuna when I was younger. Now it's just like cat food. I would give it to my cats, but oh
I don't
gosh.
really like to eat a lot of tuna, but there's like nothing else to eat. Chicken is no good anymore, and yeah,
Mm.
meat's no good anymore, and you know.
I like fish. I like shrimp,
I don't like
scallops.
shrimp. I like
You
scallops.
don't?
Okay, yeah, I don't like
Yes.
shrimp anymore.
Really? Why not?
I don't know. I just don't care for it anymore. I like scampi's okay, the bigger stuff, the stuff that's
Yeah.
like lobster. Yeah.
Do you like scallops?
Scallops are okay, yeah.
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 Crab cakes. I love crab
I
cakes.
love crab cakes, yeah.
Yeah.
Good crab cakes. They used to
Yeah.
have a kind of crab shakes in Florida called Mama Shaw's. Oh, they were so good. They were almost all crab meat, but you can't get it. They're all breading now. All the crab cakes you get are all breading, but those old Mama Shaw's crab cakes were unbelievable. They had big chunks in them, man. They were good. Don't
Oh.
sell them anymore.
Well, up here in New Jersey at the shore, we get really good lobster rolls because they catch all the seafood right here
Oh,
and
New Jersey's a great place to get seafood, yeah.
seafood, yeah. Yeah, down in Point Pleasant, New Jersey, they have a lot of like a whole bunch of seafood places right on the water and they catch all the seafood there and the lobster rolls are amazing. Oh, they're so good. Yeah, I love it.
When I lived at the crazy house before I got with Skinner, me and Glenn and Art woke up one morning and said, I said, well, I was wondering, we had breakfast. They said, what are we going to eat? And I goes, I'd like to have some lobster. And somebody said, where's the good lobster at? And he goes, well, I heard New Jersey's a good place. So we headed to New Jersey. We did. That's what we did.
No way.
Yeah, we went to
Really?
New Jersey and had lobster that night.
Oh my gosh, that's so
Got pictures
funny.
of
Yeah,
it and
we have really
everything.
good
Yeah, it was
seafood.
funny. I'll never forget that. Yeah. Where are we gonna have dinner? I don't know. Let's have lobster. Where are we gonna do it? I heard New Jersey is a good place. Okay, let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
So we drove to. It's only 6 hours. Yeah.
We have good pizza too. Really good pizza.
Yeah,
Oh
we get
man, it's like
pizza.
real pizza. Wow. I'm a pizza connoisseur. So
And
now I'm
Art,
getting
if you're
hungry. Talking
watching,
about
you said you were gonna go to the reunion and you didn't go.
oh.
They even wrote on the board, "I'll be there." You weren't there.
Who is this?
Art Reedy, and Cindy.
Okay, Art Reedy and Cindy, shame on you. You didn't show up.
And
No, I like them.
Glenn, the other guy, he just died last year. Glenn
Oh,
did.
really? That's so
Yeah.
sad. Oh. So, all right, do you want to get into some of these questions?
Yeah, let's get into these questions.
All righty. So let's start with I want to last podcast I was on, we had Alan Thompson. He did a really good job. He enjoyed it. He got a lot of good feedback. He was really happy. He was a gentleman that was friends with Charlie, the young man in the wheelchair who was lifted up on
Oh
stage.
yeah.
He did a really good job. Originally he said, I won't really have much to say. And he was on for the whole thing. So he did a really good job. Thanks a lot, Alan, for coming on. And it's just so great to have all the guests that we have and the ones that I've managed to get on the show. It's really a lot of fun. So John Nottingham, he wants to know about Leon, because Leon was not. Oh, there he is. Is that Wicker? Yeah, Wicker's bigger. Leon's a little tiny one. Oh, Leon, he's a little baby again. Oh my goodness. I friend requested Leon Reed on Facebook. Leon has an account on Facebook, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I hope he accepts my friendship because I want to be friends with Leon. So cute they are. Leon, Wicker, little babies. They're so cute. I haven't seen them in a while. They used to sit on your lap.
They just came in here. They wanted it. They don't often come in. They just came in.
They want some camera time. Oh, you got a good daddy there. He takes good care of you. They're so cute. Wicker looks a lot smaller now that he's shaved. Wicker, Leon. Oh, they're such good babies. Oh. All right. Well, you guys going to hang out with us? So Craig, so Leon Wilkeson, he did not play bass on the first Lynyrd Skynyrd album. I didn't even know that. I just found out when you told me before. I didn't know he didn't play bass. So what was the story behind that?
That was before I got there,
Well, what you
he was
heard.
there when I started, he was there on the Who tour, but yeah, I guess he took a break and then decided to come back and Ed was playing bass and Ed just said, that Ronnie told Ed he was the worst bass player he ever heard. But but
you have to pluck
Leon quit for some reason. That was before I got there, so I don't know the reason.
So his photo is on the pronounced record. Isn't his photo on the album cover?
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't play any of the songs on the recordings?
I don't guess.
Ooh,
I wasn't there, So
no, but I'm saying just by what you recall. Oh wow.
Yeah, that's I just don't know that I wasn't there, so I don't really know that part of history. It was such a short period, that all happened so fast, it just all happened so fast. The thing in between Muscle Shoals and then them get discovered by Al Cooper and then doing the album and then the first album and then doing the Who tour and then hiring me. That was really fast,
Right.
I mean, that was all 1973, 1974, and then
right.
The whole thing was over by 1977. It was only 3 years. It was all very fast. It was like
3 years of a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, those guys created quite a legend in 3 years.
So what happened was Ronnie told Ed he wasn't a good bass player, and then Ed.
I think he was just kind of being jovial, just saying you suck as a bass player.
So then
because Ed was a guitar player, and he said, he'd play bass, and I guess Ronnie said, "You as a bass player, you suck." I can see Ronnie saying that,
Maybe he was trying to strum the bass. You know, strum the bass, you pluck the bass. So maybe he wasn't. So then, anyway, so then Ronnie went to go see Leon and said, come back in the band, I guess. That's what
I
happened.
don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Leon came back, after they did the album, I guess Leon came back and did the pictures.
Okay.
You
All
know,
righty. And then the
not
rest
real
is history.
sure.
I was not aware of that. I assumed he played the bass because he's on the cover of Pronounced albums.
I really never asked about any of that or dug into it or inquired or anything.
Hmm.
Ed and I didn't really hang. I saw in one of the comments that
Yeah.
somebody asked if Ed and I stayed friends. Ed and I really didn't hang around a lot. After I got with the band, I became really good friends with Gary and Alan and Artemis or Bob I just didn't become I just didn't because Ed was kind of alienated from the rest of the band, and
Mhm.
I kind of became friends with all the people that alienated Ed, so me and Ed didn't hang around a lot. I hung around with Gary and because Ed wasn't a pothead, so me and Gary and Alan, and Billy hung around a lot. So yeah, I didn't hang around with Ed a lot.
So that was a question I wanted to ask you. So, the guys didn't really like Ed. So was it because he had an aura about him, or did he think he was better? What was the thing that just because he was from California, or like what was the?
Well, it was like I said, he wasn't a pothead like Gary and Alan, and he was just on a different plane. He was as musicians they got along okay, but they just didn't sync as friends. Where I became friends with Gary and Alan. Um, that kind of alienated me from hanging around with Ed, I guess. I don't know. I don't
It's
know.
just
When I
interesting to
saw
me
that
that.
today, I was thinking, yeah, me and Ed would go run around like I said when we got thrown out of the hotel in Denver. Me and Ed were out running around, and we came back to the hotel and we'd been thrown out. That me and Ed hung around a little bit, but not like me and Gary and Alan did.
Right. But
Not like we
but
didn't hang around at all. But yeah, we stayed
yeah.
friends. But we associated with each other, but it wasn't all the time.
So then when the guys were practicing, what was the conversation like? They had to speak to each other, obviously. I mean, they played together. They had to have casual conversation, but was it just all
During
professional?
when they had instruments in their hand, it was strictly business. They didn't talk about anything personal.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was strictly songwriting and what they were doing with the music. It had nothing to do with their personal life. That was another chapter.
It seems just unusual that they could be in a confined place like the Hell House every day, all day, and not talk about anything other than
It
business
was
or the
business.
music.
They were there to do
Wow.
music, and that was it. That's all.
Wow.
That was it.
That's interesting. It's interesting because it was such a small quarters. Oh, and
Yeah,
then
they
you know
didn't
what?
talk about anything.
That takes me to the next question from Carter Clements. He said, so Billy's piano, he didn't he didn't have a piano in the Hell House, did he? What did he play on?
No, he had all he had was a Wurlitzer, little Wurlitzer. One of the 50 some keys, little bitty
So that's what he
Wurlitzer.
practiced on.
That's what he played on stage, a little Wurlitzer electric piano, until they got the Steinway. He played on a little Wurlitzer. I mean,
Oh,
that's
he
how we
did.
set Billy up. We just set up this little, wasn't even a Fender Rhodes 88 key. It was just a little 50 some keys. I don't know how many keys are on a on a Wurlitzer. Not, I don't know. I don't even remember. I know a Fender Rhodes or regular piano is 88 keys, but a Wurlitzer is, I don't know, 50, 60 keys. I don't know. It's, you know, three-quarter scale or whatever. I don't know what the
So
hell.
when did the Steinway come in?
75. Yeah.
So how did he play
Yeah,
Freebird?
the first year. Yeah, he played it on a Wurlitzer. The first year he played it on an
Really?
electric Wurlitzer. Yeah, the little
So he did
little
the opening from Freebird for Freebird on
on a little
really
Wurlitzer. He played everything on that little
interesting.
Wurlitzer. Yeah, electric
Oh,
keyboard. Yeah,
okay. Oh, how
yeah.
do the other question from
It was
Carter
easy
was,
to set up.
yeah, I can imagine.
Just screw four legs on it and set it down and put a pedal on it, sustain pedal, and that was it. That
Right,
was
right.
Billy. And yeah, just a couple of speakers. Yeah, yeah. No
So
Leslie. No,
that
no.
has a question about Billy's piano. So when they played overseas in other countries, did they just get another Steinway for him
No,
or
no, we took his piano. We had to have that white Steinway up there. That was Billy's signature piece. You know,
so
people
how
wanted.
did you get it there?
We shipped it over there
Oh, you
on a
shipped it on a boat?
yeah, our plane. Yeah, we put it on a plane.
Wait, you can put a Steinway piano on a plane?
Yeah, we put them in a
What?
cargo plane. Yeah, we just fill up a container.
Oh,
We just fill
oh
up a
my
container and yeah.
God. I didn't realize you could ship something. Oh wow. I
No,
was not
Yeah, we
aware of
shipped
that
all
at
their.
all.
Yeah, we flew it over there.
Wow. It's interesting. Okay. And he only
Yeah.
had one Steinway, right? There was only one piano. There's one
Yeah.
Steinway.
Well, his
Okay.
Oregon, his whole keyboard rig went over there. That whole white, the
Right.
Leslie's, the Hammond, the Steinway, that whole rig went over there. Yeah.
Wow, that Steinway really traveled. I didn't realize that
Oh
was the one
yeah.
piano that,
hmm
gee whiz. I
Yeah.
thought maybe there would be another piano out in Europe or other countries
They're
that
not
would.
that. The pianos aren't that. They're you know they're big, but they're not really that cumbersome to haul around. They're just on wheels. You just roll them
Yeah.
around. Once
Okay.
you once you once you learn how to put one up and take it down, they're not that bad.
Okay. That's interesting. So the other question from Carter was, so when they practice in Hell House, as opposed to when they played live, was there a big difference in the sound?
Well, well, yeah. When they rehearsed at the Hell House, I mean, they were so used to being close together. You know that they were being contained in a small area. It was a little difficult for them to go on to a stage. Um, you know, they were comfortable with playing on a small stage, like with only like 14 feet of stage room. You know, from 14 feet from the amp line to the
Mhm.
front of the stage. You know, that's it's not a lot of room. You know, when you got when when you got a 6 foot Steinway there, that only lives 6 foot more at the front of the stage. You know.
Right.
So when we got big, we moved back to 17 feet, but they didn't want to be any more than 17 feet back from the amp line. They from the amp line to the front of the stage couldn't be any more than 17 feet. If they'd walk out there, they'd go, you know, that's a long way. You know, they didn't like to
Mhm.
be way back. Some bands like are back there 25 feet or something, you know, or even more, you know, but they like to be real close together. Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that. I know I've seen some bands and they were so far back you could
Yeah.
just barely see them. That's not fun. Skinner
Yeah.
was right up against the stage, the edge of the stage. Even when I saw
Yeah.
Rossington Collins band, I mean I was right. I could have touched Alan's foot, his shoe. I posted some pictures. I was so close to him. I could have literally have just put my hand on his shoe. I like that. You like to be close to the band.
Well,
So
yeah, well,
that's
the drum riser is 8 feet, so,
mhm.
but it goes back to the back of the amp line, so you've only got like 9 foot of stage
Yeah.
in front of the drum riser, and that's you got 4 people up there meandering in 9 foot of area is not a lot of area.
Yeah. It doesn't look from our perspective as a viewer, it doesn't look like the space is small, but it is small.
Yeah, 17. Well, Skinner, that's about a minimum. If you're a headline band, you've got to go back at least that far. A lot of times we had to move back. If we had more than one opening act, we'd have to move our amp line back and then move it
Mhm.
forward, which you don't like to do, but sometimes you have to move it back. So you try to put everything on wheels, but you can't really have the speaker cabinets on wheels.
Okay. Well, that's very interesting with the piano. Next question is from Theodore Skinner. Hey, Theodore. Were all of the band members, including the honkettes, required to be at the sound check before the show?
No, not all of them had to be there. Not everybody had to be there. Roadies can actually do a sound check. I mean, you did. If you just bang on the drums, and I mean, it's nice to do a full sound check, but the band like to get out there and get a feel for the stage. But sound checks aren't necessary, but they're a good idea.
Okay. All right. So who is usually, so you're saying the guitarist would
Usually
go
the whole
anyway?
band came in for a
Okay.
small sound check, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Sometimes Ronnie wouldn't come if his throat, he had to rest his throat. He wouldn't come in.
Yeah, that makes sense. Did Ronnie do anything? I know you said he never did any warm-ups or anything like that, but did he have honey or tea or do anything for his
Sometimes
voice?
he would drink hot tea and
Yeah,
honey.
I
Yeah,
would think that that's really,
straight whiskey.
oh, of course. Hey, Craig, my friend Mike Schmidt wanted me to ask you a question. How long did you smoke cigarettes? Were you a big cigarette smoker?
No,
Because I know you don't like cigarettes. You
no,
don't condone cigarettes, cancer sticks, but were you a regular smoker or just
no. I
occasionally have?
smoked whenever I drank. The trouble is, I drank a lot.
So you smoked a lot.
But I never smoked in the morning, and I
Okay.
only smoked when I started drinking, and I didn't normally really start drinking until, 4, 5 in the afternoon or something. I was never like a real bad alcoholic where I'd get up in the
Hmm.
morning and have to drink. I was kind of more or less a social drinker, but after I started drinking at 4 or 5, I was a pretty heavy drinker, but then that's when I would start smoking. But yeah,
Cigarettes, yeah.
cigarettes always were nasty to me. They always tasted nasty. They were always nasty. I never was addicted to smoking. And like I said, I just smoked kind of because everybody else did, and
Yeah, that's what I was
that
gonna
was
say. All
that
the
was
guys look like they
smoking was
smoke.
the smoking was the easiest thing for me to give up. A lot of people it's the hardest, but it was the
Yeah.
easiest for me because I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I threw cigarettes out the window driving down the road in the car. I threw so many packs of cigarettes out. Going, these things taste like shit. Why do you smoke them? I'd throw a whole pack out
Yeah.
there.
I don't understand why people still smoke or why they would even start smoking.
Yeah,
I
they're nasty.
it's just so disgusting and it's so bad for you. And you can tell the people who, you could tell their faces, the wrinkles and the lines around the mouth and all that. It's just so bad
It's
for you. But
addicting. I
just to
mean,
use your body as a
those
what?
cigarette companies hire hire people to put chemicals in them things that addict you.
Oh, I
The
believe it.
same people that got people addicted to smoking, they got them working on the food now. They put chemicals. These chemicals they're putting in their food are addictive. I mean, they're seriously addictive.
So when you quit, you just said, I'm not going to smoke anymore. Or how did you just stop
Well,
smoking?
the band wanted me to quit drinking. So I figured I would fool them, and if I quit smoking, they wouldn't know I was drinking. Because if they would ask me if I was drinking, they'd say, "Are you drinking?" And I goes, "I'm not smoking, am I? If I was drinking, I'd be smoking, and I'm not smoking, so I must not be drinking." And I thought I was fooling them by
Yeah.
not smoking. I could drink, because that's a normal thing. When you drink, you smoke. And I thought, oh, I'll just quit smoking and they won't know I'm drinking. But I thought I got away with it, but I think they knew.
Now, which band was this? The new Skynyrd, the Skynyrd
Skinner, yeah,
tribute band?
when they sent me and Billy and Leon to
Oh,
rehab, I didn't want to
interesting.
quit. I was like them, unless you want to quit, you're not gonna quit.
Mm,
I didn't want to quit, so I
okay.
told them I quit, but I thought I could sneak it, but didn't work. I was on that medication and the liquor and everything. It didn't mix. It was no good. But it was a godsend. It made me quit. I'd probably be dead if I wouldn't have quit. I would be. I was drinking a
Uh,
bottle of whiskey a day when I quit.
yeah.
It's like
Wow. Oh
10
boy.
years ago. Yeah.
Okay. And you're still rocking and rolling, Craig. You're still
Well, I had to quit drinking to lose the weight too.
Yes.
That's when I became obese, and you can't lose weight when you're sucking whiskey and chasing it with Coca-Cola. So I had to quit drinking. I had to quit everything.
How
So
long were you at that weight, that the heaviest? How long were you there before you?
it's hard to remember. I finally realized I was fat, I think in 2013, and I was probably around 2010 or something like that. I think I probably started gaining weight around 2010, and around 2013 I realized it, and then and 20 by the end of 2014 I'd lost 80 pounds.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Good for you. Yeah, you look like a completely different person. That was just a complete transformation. Because
Yeah.
when I see the old pictures of you, and then I see the one of you with the weight, and now it's just like a completely different person.
Yeah,
Wow, good for you.
it's a total life change. Yeah,
Oh my
it's
goodness.
yeah.
Wow. Wow, look at that neck. Oh,
Yeah, look at my neck now. Look at that. Yeah.
what size jacket were you wearing there?
God, I don't know.
Oh
I
my
was
goodness.
big. That's the picture that I saw. Until I saw that picture, I went, "My
Yeah.
God, look at you." I was thinking,
Yeah.
God, you're fat. That's the picture.
I can't
That
picture
that's
you
actually the
fat.
picture. That's actually the picture that I saw that before that I didn't really realize I was that fat. I mean, it's not hard to do. You don't really realize it. It's like my friend Sammy. I was on him about losing weight, and he was going, "Oh, I can't get under 200." And then at my birthday party, he was cooking fish and stuff, and we took a movie of him cooking, and he saw the movie back. He went, "Is that me? Look at that fat bastard." He goes, "Man," and he went on a carnivore diet. And he's down to 180 something like that now.
But
Yeah,
carnivore diet, so
yeah, it's just butter and meat. You know,
oh, he's
I'm
just
not a
so he
real big fan of that diet, but it worked. He lost a lot of
yeah.
weight doing it.
Oh, okay. All
It's
right.
better than Ozempic.
It's a lot of it's yeah, not good for your cholesterol though. All those the meat
Yeah.
and the butter, it's not good for you. Well, hey Sammy, by the way. I haven't heard from Sammy in a while. I haven't seen any posts from him in a while. He hasn't been on your podcast in a while. Hey, you know what? Um, hey, my friend David Selders, he insulted me. He said, "How can you stand living where you live?" I hate going to northern New Jersey as a truck driver. To me, that place, although very beautiful, in some places is so freaking awful. The stress I get may be the death of me. Well, I'll tell you something, David Selders. I'm a New Jersey girl. I lived in California for 2 years, and it was beautiful, but I felt completely out of place. I don't belong in California. I belong in New Jersey. But the thing about New Jersey is we have so much here. We have the ocean, the coast, we have the casinos. We have hiking, swimming, fishing, snowing, skiing. We have everything here. We have the city. So I love it. I'm not leaving. As far as, yeah, the roads are tough. The roads can be annoying. They have horrible roads, and the road signs are horrible. And the people are not good drivers. New Jersey people can be very aggressive. But I love New Jersey, so I'm not going anywhere. But
You
thanks for
gotta put
asking.
gas in your own car.
You don't have to, right? You don't put your own gas, right? When you pull up to the gas station, they run out and they do it for you. And then if you're lucky, they will clean your windows for you. Sometimes they clean the front and the back windows. Yeah, no, we don't pump our own gas. I hate
You
when I
live.
have to pump. What?
How close do you live from the city? You don't live for 30 miles from the city, do
Oh,
you?
28 miles, but I'm literally on the New Jersey border. Like when I go out to the front of my street, you could see the street where it's paved, New York, New Jersey. But sometimes if I get stuck on the New York side and I have to get gas, I hate it. I keep those latex gloves in my glove box. And I pull the glove out and I put it on my hand because I don't want to touch the gas pump. It's so nasty. And it's more expensive. The gas is cheaper here. But yeah, I like New Jersey. I like being near the ocean. And yeah, but like I said, the drivers, we're more aggressive out here with driving and the roads. We have something called jug handles. When you want to make a left-hand turn, you actually have to make a right and kind of go around to turn. You don't just make a left. So anyway, I'm sorry that you're struggling as a truck driver, but it's okay. It's not so bad. And then you can take that picture down now, Craig.
I'm looking for another one.
Yeah. There you go. All righty. There you go. That's an interesting picture. Hey, Craig, Robert Lamb wants to know if you remember a bar in Orange Park, Florida called the Village Saloon.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hung around and spent a lot of money in the village saloon. Yeah.
He said it was
Yeah.
down the street from the dog track.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. He said a lot of Skynyrd members hung out there. So tell us
Yeah.
what
Yeah, I
happened at the
hung
Village
around in there.
Saloon. Any
It was
cool
just a
stories?
bar where a lot of musician guys hung around. Leon hung around there. Leon lived right on that road, like 10 miles.
Oh, did he?
It was right on 17, the village was.
Okay.
Yeah.
17. All right.
Mhm.
And was it anything? Is it still there? Do you know?
I would imagine it's probably something of that nature is still there. Yeah.
Okay.
It was
But
down the
Skinner never
road. It
played
was
there.
down, no, it was just down the road from the still.
Oh, the still. Okay.
Yeah.
I think went into the still when I was in Florida in 1980. I think we have a picture taken outside the still. Yeah, I do. All right. Now this question, I know you've answered this so many times, but I'm going to ask you again because people like to hear you answer the same question. It's from Danny Podesta, who's a really cool guy. He wants to know the amp's settings and the effects that Alan, Gary, and Steve used.
Yeah. Like I've said before, none of them used any effects, and the amp was just it just went in the normal or the normal input, and the bass was set on about 3, and the treble was set on 10, and pre-gain was set on 10, and the post-gain was set on 3 or 4, whatever you wanted.
Okay.
Real simple settings. They didn't use any reverb or any kind of effects. Gary was the only one that Alan used a crybaby on "Cry for the Bad Man" or on Needle and Spoon,
Mm-hmm.
and Gary used a Phase 90 on "Call Me the Breeze," where he comes into that. Just that, just part for 10 seconds is all he used a little Phase 90. But that's it.
I bet you most of us can name that tune with one note. Begin to Call Me the Breeze. All you have to do is hear that one. That's it, and everybody knows that song. Yeah, it's so everybody. It just it. Even like with the first 2 notes of Freebird, even maybe the first note of Freebird, I would know it. So now Danny wants to know, is it possible to recreate the sound? Do you think that if using the same settings and amps that the guys use, can that sound be recreated? That
I
Alan and Gary?
guess, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess they used, Dean Markley, medium gain, or 10, 13, 17, 26, 36, 46. I guess that has something to do with the sound, Um, you know.
I have to write
Yeah,
down
I
those
guess.
numbers. Every time you say that, I swear I'm going to write down those numbers and start picking those for the lottery. I don't have a pen, but I'm going to write down those numbers. I'm going to play those numbers. What are they again? 10?
10, 13,
Jeez.
17, 26, 36, 46.
Okay. All right. I know it. I'm going to put it in my phone. I'm going to start buying lottery tickets and those numbers. Hey, listen. So also Danny wants to know, so the current tribute band, how close is that sound, do you think, from when Alan and Gary and Steve played? Do you think
I I
they
think
nail it?
I think the tribute band are, it sounds pretty close to me. I don't know.
Okay. All righty.
Ricky's sound, and they all try. They're all good, they're all good musicians. They all, you know,
Right.
got it kind of close, I think,
The next
Sparky plays
question.
the Strat,
Right.
and Damon and Ricky play the Gibsons. One of them plays a Strat, so
They use
yeah,
the same instruments and the same type of amps and everything. It should be the same. So,
yeah. But like I said before, when Alan Strat, he used different strings on that Strat. He used 10, 11, 16, 26, 30, 32, 42.
well, I'm gonna have to write that down. I'm gonna have to
10,
get this. I'm gonna have to go back
10,
and watch this and write those down. All right, so I can start playing Powerball and everything else.
9, 9, what did I say? Yeah, 9, 11, 16, 26, 32, 42. Yeah. It's a little
Okay.
light. It's not it's the same sound. Lighter string.
Okay. All righty. And then got a question from Carol Locke. She wants to know, was there ever a song that the guys came up with musically that Ronnie couldn't come up with lyrics to? I think we talked about this. Wasn't a song he had trouble writing lyrics to? Was it Freebird? Or
No, not that I remember. Not that I remember. He wouldn't have any
okay.
problem coming up with any lyrics. Not that I remember. No.
So the guys came up with the musical part of
there
it.
was a couple of songs that he was trying to play, like when it comes to a fix, not afraid to fight. I remember that one. He didn't
Mhm.
know exactly how to address that. You know, he didn't want to try act like he was picking a fight, so he was trying to figure how to say it without, you know, trying to be aggressive. When it comes to a fix, not afraid to fight. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
he chose to go that way with it. I remember that one specifically, but yeah, that's about the only one really.
Did you ever have any input when he was trying to figure out lyrics? Did you ever?
That one, yeah. He
Yeah.
said, "How would you say that?" Well, I would say, "When it comes to a fix, I like to fight." He goes, "Yeah, well, I like that too." But he said, "I'm getting a reputation of being like a Jesse James." He said, "I'm a singer, not a fighter." He said, so you know, that's
That's
why I
pretty
kind of
cool. Any other
remember that.
songs that you had any input
Nah,
on?
not really. No, I don't
No?
think so. I don't know. No. That Johnny wrote a song called "Bring It On." I know you got it on you, and that's when I rode on their bus. Every time we'd pull into a gig, and there was some good-looking women out there, I'd go, "Hey, baby, bring it on! I know you got it on you." So he kind of stole that one from me.
No, I know about one of those instances. Isn't that where wife number two came from?
Yeah.
There you go. Now you have to tell us a story. So you're divorced from wife number one, and then you were sitting on the bus, and some hot girl happens to walk by, and then
And I yelled at her, and then I
before you
married
know it, you're
her.
married to her. What happened? What did you say to her? My goodness. You,
Oh, whoa, look at that. Wow. Come on here. And so she did. So, yeah,
and that was it.
I married her.
That is crazy. That's the one that you still keep in touch with, who lives in
Yeah,
Florida,
yeah,
right?
yeah. She's real cool. Yeah, she's real cool.
Maybe have her on the podcast.
She just had a couple of hurricanes hit her, man.
Oh, yep. You see,
Yeah.
the guy who was dissing New Jersey, we don't have those things in New Jersey, those biblical proportion floods or hurricane. We don't have that stuff out here. We don't have to worry about our house, except if, with the exception, if you choose to live too close to the coast. If you live too close to the water, then you're gonna, you're playing with fire. But nah, we don't have stuff like that here so far. All right, that was interesting. So, and then Carol wants to know, did either Alan or Gary help write more songs? Did you think it was probably around the same?
I think Ronnie approached Alan more than Gary to help with
Yeah,
melodies. Yeah, Alan was real good with melodies. Of course, Gary was too. Gary was
yeah.
real good with writing, but I think Alan or Ronnie kind of liked Alan's melodies. You know,
Okay.
Alan's a really good rhythm guitar player, man. I mean, he's known for his leads, but he was an incredible rhythm guitar player.
Yes. Yeah. Both. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question's from Bob
And that
Varga.
slide and that slide thing he did on that song
I've been your fool.
I've Been Your Fool. Yeah, that's
Oh,
amazing, man. He's
I love anybody who doesn't know that song. It's on the Best of the Rest and it's on YouTube. What a song. I
yeah.
love, love, love that song.
I like
Oh my
Ronnie's
God.
yodel. I've been your fool. Ooh, ooh.
Yeah. And the way the guitars just keep going back and forth, that is one of the best
Yeah.
songs. I just wish it's not on Apple iTunes because I have a lot of Skynyrd songs and the Best of the Rest album is not on available on iTunes, but I love it. I love it. Okay, this question is from Bob Varga. Bob is actually in one of the Lynyrd Skynyrd tribute bands. He's the drummer, excellent band. He wants to know if you know of any songs that from the Hell House that were practiced and sounded good that but never recorded. So did the guys ever play any songs that practiced that just never recorded? Or were most of them
Uh,
recorded?
God, not that I remember.
So they recorded most of the songs.
Yeah. They worked
Okay.
on it. They worked on a song called Cottonmouth Country, and they never recorded it, and something about they redid it or something. I don't know. I haven't never heard of
Okay.
Cottonmouth Country.
That sounds very
Oh,
country.
yeah.
Very country for Skynyrd. And then Lloyd Jacob Frame. Now he's the guy you met at the memorial last year.
I remember Lloyd. Yeah.
He said, hey, Craig, if Ronnie was alive today, do you think he would have taken that Dixie flag off the stage? Or do you think that stage
Oh
flag
boy,
would have
I
still been
don't
there?
know. I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. Yeah.
Okay. It's much more controversial today than it was back then. People just are not having any of that stuff anymore, you know.
Yeah, but
Were you guys talking about how they took the Land O'Lakes, the little Indian lady off the Land O'Lakes butter
yeah, I
container?
think we kind of mentioned that. Yeah.
That's just crazy. Oh my goodness.
It
That's crazy.
took off Uncle Ben's and Aunt
Yeah.
Jemima and all
Yeah.
that crap, and the Cleveland Indians and the
Hmm.
Washington Redskins and all that crap. Man, I hear the Washington Redskins or the Cleveland Indians, one of them, the Indian tribe, are actually suing to get the name back. They want them to change it back to the Redskins, I think, because yes, the
Oh,
Redskins, because that guy, they're real proud of that guy. The image on there, that's a real Indian guy.
yeah. I
And
remember that
they were
very
real
well.
proud of that. And they said that's bullshit, man. They want that back.
That's part of our history. These are things that we remember, these labels and symbols and all that stuff. All right.
He's
So the
left.
flag, Ronnie probably would not have taken the flag.
I
Also, he's what? Sorry.
I don't think he would discard the flag. I can't see that. That was pretty sacred to him. You know, that
Hmm.
was like the NASCAR people were pretty upset about them discarding the flag. I think Ronnie would think about the same way the NASCAR people think about it, you
Right.
know.
Okay. Also, Lloyd says, I want to say hi to Kathy. She's great on the podcast. Thank you, Lloyd. I still hope to meet you up in New Jersey when I hit the road singing next year. So I didn't even know he was a musician, but yeah, when you're in New Jersey, let me know. If you're playing in a club, I'll try to get out there to see you guys.
Oh yeah,
Um,
one of my fourth ex-wife commented about you. She said, "Is that your new girlfriend? She's too smart and classy for you."
I
You
saw
know
that.
I'm
Yeah.
right.
She wants you back. She wants you
Yeah,
back.
right.
She's
That's the
she's
woman
re
that stole
she's
my
re
dog.
Yeah, she's the woman who stole your dog.
Yeah, yeah, she's crazy.
That's uncool. That's not cool. I'm very against animal abuse, so I don't want to hear
She's
anything
too
about that.
smart and classy for you, and you know I'm right. That's funny.
She wants you back.
Oh yeah, right.
That's what she's saying. Give her another chance. Hey, Joey Yema wants to know if any of the band guys had pets at home. Ronnie, Allen, Gary, any of them have any pets?
Ronnie
Leon?
had Tiny, that little Chihuahua,
Oh,
and Gary had Gary and Dale had a dog. Oh God, I don't know what it was. A little mutt. I don't know what it was. Alan never had a dog.
no.
Uh-uh. Leon never had a dog. Billy never had a dog. No.
So little Allison and Amy growing up, they never had a pet?
No. Mm-mm.
No? Okay.
No, no, no. Alan had, there was one time they got some cat, and before you knew it, there was about 3 or 4 cats around there. And
Really?
all of a sudden, there were no more cats. And
What?
I said, Alan, where's all the cats? He goes, I don't know. I took him down the road. He goes, ain't no more pussy around here. There's only one pussy around here now. And that motherfucker meows. I'm gonna get rid of it too.
He took the cats down the
I
road?
don't know what he did with them. He got rid of
Oh,
them. He said,
oh
ain't no
my
more
God.
pussy around here. There's only one pussy around here. If it meows,
Oh
I'm
my
gonna get rid of it too.
gosh.
He
That's
said
not
there was
okay.
about one cat, and then there was a couple, and there was like 2 or 3, 4, and now all of a sudden they were gone.
Oh wow. I wouldn't want to be a pet in Alan Collins' house anyway. He probably wouldn't be very kind. No, he probably wouldn't be a very good pet owner. No, that's not okay.
Not with Alan with a BB gun. Not the
No, I know
to
that's
shoot
what
a
I
cat.
mean. That's what I mean. That's not cool. That's not cool. Oh goodness. Wow. Hey, you know what? There's a question from we're getting to the ends of the questions, but oh, okay, so this has nothing to do with the podcast. This is about 9/11. September
Yeah.
11th, 2001, one of the most horrible days I can remember. And Walter White wants to know what you were doing on 9/11, if you
I
remember.
was in I was in a hotel in North Carolina. That's all I
Mhm.
remember. And I woke up in a hotel in North Carolina, and I turned on the TV, and the first I remember I just got up and I just turned on the TV, and the first plane had crashed, and then the next one crashed. Yeah, I was in a hotel. I remember that. Yeah.
Well, I remember very well. And it seemed like it was just bigger and we were affected more out here than maybe in other parts of the country. It was, I mean, I remember in the morning, sending my kids to school and my children went to school. I know I had maybe two were at school and I remember watching the TV and they said they made an announcement about something, but we had no idea what was happening. Nothing. It was no idea at all. And then a little while later, I took my daughter to dancing school. And I think she was 4. And we were sitting there. This was before cell phones. All the moms were sitting there in the waiting room. And people were remarking that one of the moms who should have been there, her husband's worked in the World Trade Center. He ultimately died. He was one of the people who died. But I'll always remember that day where I was. And about 3 days after 9/11, the smell came and the whole, all the smoke and everything hit our area in New Jersey, 28 miles away. And the smell of, I guess, death, you want to call it, just lingered until it cleared. But we were very, very much affected out here. And, we all know people or know people who died. And that it was one of those days that you'll never forget. It was just horrible. So that's what I was doing, minding my business. And then this thing hit the news and it just went downhill from there. But when I drive to work every day, I can see the skyline for a minute and it just will never look the same as it did prior to 9/11. It looks completely different. So that was the answer to that question. And I think there's only one more question here. It's from Dan Welch wants you to talk about the concerts that they did in Europe. Or were there any really notable parties or sightseeing? I know you talked about going to the castle and you know things you saw. You saw Buckingham Palace and anything else you can talk about that was memorable
What is
from?
that? The Royal Albert Hall? Yeah, we did that Royal Albert Hall and stuff. That was real, kind of cool. I've
Right.
played there a couple of times. We played all over in London, and we played all those. God, I think I was in every old theater there is in Europe. You know, all of them, all those old theaters in all those cities. I was, where the Who played live at Leeds. What was it, Leeds University? God, that was a little place.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we played it. I played all of them places. God, we toured there a bunch.
Did they ever play any of the places where the Beatles had played live?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm sure we probably must have, but
Okay.
yeah, we went and visited all those places where the clubs where they were known to have played at, and yeah, all that stuff was real cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a neat place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there. We spent a lot of time in Europe, especially the first time. God, we were there for a long time, man. God, months. It was.
What about was when you wasn't where you were in Copenhagen? Was that with the Rossington Collins band and the gentleman said a stone is a stone or
A
something like that?
stone, yeah, that a stone.
Stone is a stone.
I think. Oh no, this ain't the one. It was one like this. So yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Guy, uh, guy was holding up a rock. You know, we didn't understand him. They had these little places that, yeah, it was a little stoner village, They had these damn people were living in the trees and shit. They had these sleeping bags tied in the trees and stuff. Yeah. Then we went to this one little place where there was all these little cabins set up and they had these little lots, and guy had his little area out there and he's standing there holding this thing like this, and he's kind of looking for a place where he can put it where it's supposed to be. And we saw him, and he saw us, and he says, "A steen other than steen," and we go, "Yeah, dude, whatever, man, just don't throw that rock at us."
Yeah.
And then we were walking up, and our guide, I said, what that guy said? He goes, "A stone is a stone." That's what he said. And me and Gary went, "Oh man, that's deep." So the next day, Gary walks up and has two rocks, and he goes, "Here, which one you want?" I goes, "I don't know what's the difference, because it don't matter, a steen or a steen." I
That's
said,
true.
"Okay, a stone is a stone." I said, "Okay, well, I'll take that one." I still have it around here somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I remember that story.
A stone is a stone, a
Stone is a
steen or a
stone.
steen, yeah.
You want some stones? Come out to New Jersey and you have all the stones you want. They're all over the place.
Yeah, this one here's from Maine. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
Cindy Hudson, the lady you were talking about, she's the one that sent that to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, somebody sent it to her and for me, and so they they sent it to me.
Well, I'm going to make a deal with you. If you ever send me the stuff you're supposed to send me, including the
Including the
book,
Cream magazine or thing.
Cream Magazine, the Ron Eckerman book, the Dream Catcher, the bathrobe tie. You're going to
The
send me some
robe,
business
the
cards,
tie from the robe.
the
Yeah.
tie from the robe, some business cards. You send me that stuff, I will send you some rocks from New Jersey. I
All
promise
right.
you.
I'm gonna send that stuff out. I've been working on it. I've been
Yeah, sure
working
you
on
have.
it.
No, I know you have. I know you have. You're getting, hey, listen, guys, just you got to be patient with Craig, and he'll make it worth your while. He'll send you a lot
Every
of little
time I
goodies.
go to, I have good intentions to do it. Something comes up, man. I had to do
I know.
some stuff for the government the other day to fill out some paperwork, and I had What did I do the
Well,
other day? Oh, I don't know.
I'll tell you, whoever the highest
Every day.
bidder for this picture and those other ones, 2 weeks, and then the highest bidder, I will send it to you within 24 hours priority mail. So I'm not going to waste any time. But Craig, you have a lot to do. I know it's a lot. It's a lot getting all that stuff together, but I know you will, and everybody's going to be very happy when they get their stuff.
Oh yeah, they'll be happy with it. They'll forget they've given
So
me
I think we're
the
good for this Saturday night special, and we'll plan to see you on Halloween. We're going to do a little, might not be a long one, but if anybody has any questions for the Halloween show, just put them out there right now. All right. And then we'll try to ask questions that we haven't already answered a zillion times.
So we're gonna do that Halloween day, Thursday then, huh?
Well, no, we'll have to do it Wednesday.
No, I mean we'll air it Thursday.
Oh, we're gonna
air it.
air it on Halloween. We'll have to
Or
just do it the
what
day
do we do?
before.
We're gonna air it the day before, or what are we gonna do? It don't matter.
No, I don't know. We'll air it on Halloween because it's a Halloween special.
Well, if we
Yeah.
air it on Wednesday, that'll mean it'll be a morning buzz and a Halloween special.
No, so we're gonna air. I'll record it with you Wednesday night, and you'll show it on Halloween. I mean,
Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'll get some kind of costume
All right,
together
yeah,
or
cool.
something.
Yeah,
All right.
that'll work. All right, then. Well, what was this podcast? 100 and 200. 238. God, can you believe we've done 238 of these things? And
Thanks for joining us, everyone, to this Saturday night special. It's always a pleasure. And there's the clicker.
and
And if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. I know we have like 2,300 subscribers, right? So we're getting there. But please do.
yeah, we're getting a few more. Okay, we done? I know you want me to sing. You always want me to sing.
Yes.
Happy trails to you until we meet again.
You're hiding behind the
Happy
clicker.
trails to you. Keep token until then. See you later, alligator, at the wild crocodile. And we'll call that a wrap cut.
Bye.
See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Greg and Griff will see you next time.